Jumbo everybody. In today's video, I'm going to share with you a whole bunch of meal prep that I'm doing. I am cooking and freezing everything from sweet potatoes to cherries to chicken and avocados and all the things. So let's dive in and see what we got here. So first I'm going to start with the avocados. So yes, you can freeze avocados. What I like to do when they are at the desired ripeness that I want to use them, I just cut them open and then use a knife to score the avocado flesh, making sure not to cut through the skin. And then I take a spoon and just scoop it out and put it in a freezer bag and freeze it that way. So it actually works really well. We like to add these like frozen avocados to smoothies, or I'll let them thaw a little bit and make a guacamole out of them a little bit later. You can also take the whole avocado without doing this method. As long as it's ripe, just stick the whole thing in the freezer, and then when you're ready to use it, take it out and run it under warm water, and then you can peel it and use it just like you would any other fresh avocado. It works really, really well. So if you have a lot of ripe avocados that you don't want going bad, but you're not going to use immediately, stick those puppies in the freezer. So I do pretty much the same method with cherries as well. It's cherry season here, and so I washed and pitted with my cherry pitter. You guys need one of these if you don't have one. They're so convenient. I just put a whole bunch of cherries into a freezer bag, and then I like to freeze them flat. And so this is our dessert that we like to eat after our dinner. Super healthy, super delicious, and they freeze within a day. Really, really good. So sweet potato time. I love cooking sweet potatoes two different ways. This is the first way, in my Instant Pot. So I just wash the skin under running water and then prick them with a knife so they don't explode in the Instant Pot, because can you imagine? That would not be good. And then all I do is I add about a cup of water to the Instant Pot, and that's it. That's all I cook them in. I don't season them up. I don't do anything else. And then I cook them manual high for 28 minutes. It's probably too long, but these were pretty big sweet potatoes, so I decided not to take my chances. I wanted to make sure they were totally cooked through. And then I do a normal, regular release. I don't do a quick release, and they work so good. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so easy to cook a ton of sweet potatoes this way. And then they peel really easily, so you can eat them immediately, or you can scoop the sweet potato flesh again into freezer bags and then just freeze them that way to use later. So my next way of cooking sweet potatoes is I like to make sweet potato fries, and this is a lot more time consuming and a lot more messy, but they are super delicious too and very easy to make. So I just peel my sweet potatoes and then I cut them into as uniform of fry shapes as I can. Sometimes some pieces are bigger, some are smaller. It doesn't really matter. As long as they kind of are about the same size-ish, it works well. I like to do this with white sweet potatoes as well as orange sweet potatoes. So whatever the store really has at the time, I will do that with. The white ones tend to be a little more starchy and less sweet, and then the orange ones tend to be a little sweeter. So those actually work really well with like cinnamon seasoning. So once I have them all cut up, I just drizzle them with olive oil. You can add any kind of seasoning you want to these. If you want to do cinnamon, if you want to do something more savory like herbs, you could totally do that. Do salt. I just like to do the olive oil, and then I can season them up later depending on what I'm eating them with. So then I'm just going to put them on a parchment-lined baking pan and try not to have them stacked all on top of each other, because that will make them steam rather than crisp up. So as long as they're in a single layer, they'll get pretty crispy, and they're super, super delicious. So I bake these in the oven. It's really easy to remember. I do 425 for 25 minutes, 425 degrees for 25 minutes. And I don't flip them, I don't shake them, I don't do anything else. I just cook them for that long, and it's come out perfectly every single time that I've done this. And I've actually been eating these with coconut and blueberries and a little bit of cinnamon in the morning for breakfast, and they're so good, you guys. All right, so next up is a whole bunch of chicken thighs. This is the last thing that I'll share with you guys today. So I put a whole bunch of chicken thighs in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to add 1 drop of dill essential oil and 1 drop of oregano essential oil in a cup of water. And then I just cook that at about 28 minutes on manual high. Again, do the natural release for the pressure, and it comes out so good. It is so delicious. And then I can eat it just like that, or you can put it in the freezer for meals later on. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. If you haven't already and you'd like to, hit that button down below, subscribe so you never miss a daily video. See you soon. Bye.